I think bringing women together that are focused on private equity is extremely important because it allows us the opportunity to get to know each other. So we talked about mentorship or whether or not you need to see somebody that looks like you. I have this motto that I go by, it's if you can see it, you can be it. And I do believe that there's some truth in that. And so seeing other women that have been successful and coming together to support each other in a very positive way, you're not going to get access to this many women at one time in your various markets across the country. And so it's a very unique opportunity to gather similarly minded women who are all focused on one sector.
Well, I'm probably a little biased, but I obviously think women are pretty amazing. I mean, right, like we're moms, we're wives, we take care of a lot of other things other than our jobs, and then we sit on boards and we try to make the world a better place. And I will say this from an investor standpoint, there's no question in my mind that diversity on a board and diversity within your companies in a growingly international world where 85+% of purchasing decisions are made by women under the age of 50 for their households, that is across the board in the United States. It is really important that women have a voice in a boardroom, in an investment, in a management team, because we should be doing that. And I think when it gets discouraging, because it is very male-dominated business, it's so encouraging to be around other women that are smart, motivated, have a lot of the similar and different views, but at least know that where you're coming from, because it is different.
I am a big supporter of women in business. I'm a big supporter of talented people in business, but many of these talented people are women. And I have benefited greatly from a relationship I have with a PR person named Allison Broad in New York. I've given her some of my companies and she has elevated them. Urban Decay is one by getting them great press. And when I need a brand, she helps me find one and she helped me find Dry Bar. So we've really helped each other. And so I do everything I can to give women a chance, because in private equity, for example, it's about 11% of the partners are women. And it's always intriguing to me, especially in consumer product industries, how necessary it is to have women on your board, to have that diversity. We are the consumer, and it always shocks me when I go into the inner sanctums of buying a blow-dry chain, and none of these men are having their hair blown dry, that they're the ones at the table. So it excited me to do something with the Kayo conference because it was women in private equity.
Honestly, a lot of it is about showing other women, especially young women, that it's a really fun and exciting and interesting career. And I wish that there were more women that wanted to be a part of this industry. I think there is, I see a fair number of people sort of in my generation, if you will, who are continuing to rise up the ranks. And I think over the next 5 or 10 years, you'll actually see more women in pretty senior roles at different private equity firms. But we actually have a pretty significant challenge with the pipeline of new folks coming into the industry. And I think a lot of it is that there's just a misperception about what the job is and how, if women are able to be successful ultimately. And I found it to be an incredibly interesting, rewarding career. Do I work with a lot of men? Yes, but I'd love to work with more women.